Hello everybody, my name's Dave and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. It's still Micro Machine March, so today we're looking at the Galoob Micro Machines Death Star, released in Collection 14 around 1997. Now this station is very cool. Now for the size, it stands at about 1 3/4 inches tall, so it is a nice size station. And again, it's a Death Star, it's a sphere. So it does stand out. It's awesome. So we do have a lot to talk about. We'll look at the mold, we'll look at the paint, and then we'll put on a stand and compare it to another ship or two. So let's get this review started. Now for the mold, I think they did a great job. We'll start at the top, looking at all those lines. Just nicely done. A lot of rectangles, squares, long lines that are raised up. Just very nice detail going on here. Tons of interesting shapes. We have our super laser emitter dish right there. Very nice. Now this doesn't do anything, like you can't turn it, but it is a cool representation. We have our trench, where all the landing bays are, and tractor beams and all that stuff. On the bottom, just look at that. I'm a sucker for all these lines. Just awesome stuff. On the bottom, we have our peg port, copyright crap. Just tons more stuff. A lot of detail into it. Very nice. So now let's take a look at the paint. Okay, looking at the paint, there's only two colors that I can see. The first is this light gray that we can see right here in the super laser dish. And that's the main color of the plastic. Now painted on top of that is a nice dark gray. And I think it does a great job in separating the different sections of the Death Star. Now there is also gray in the equator where we have all our landing bays, or shuttle bays, whatever you want to call them. And that is it for paint. So let's put this guy on a stand and compare it to some ships. And just like most Micro Machines, it comes with a cool translucent stand. Just peg it in the hole, and you're good to go. For comparison, we have the Death Star we've been looking at, the Death Star 2, made by Galoob. A little bigger than the original Death Star, however, could use a little extra paint to fill in these gaps where it should be being constructed. But well done, one of my first Micro Machines. I love this thing. And here we have the Hasbro Death Star that just came out in 2016. And, yeah, I have nothing to say about that right now. So, anywho, great two ships. And, I fully recommend these guys. They go great together. And that does it today for my review of the Star Wars Micro Machines Collection 14 Death Star. As we looked at, it's a great mold. The paint is very nice and clean. Even though it's only two colors, well, one painted color, there's no scratches or smears or drips. Very nice. Now, you could get this off Amazon or eBay or other third-party sellers. It's up to you to find the cheapest one you can. Now, if anybody's wondering, the second Death Star, this is what it looks like on the side where it's being constructed. Really cool. Could have used some extra paint to fill in these spaces, but it is what it is. We'll look at this ship another day. And I fully recommend this ship. I think it's well worth it. And it does stand out. You have your X-Wings, your Star Destroyers. You need a Death Star. This thing is sick. So thanks a lot for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, please like and subscribe for new reviews every Thursday. And remember, it's Micro Machine March. So every day this March 2017, we'll be looking at a different Micro Machine ship. From various different shows like Star Trek, Star Wars, and maybe one other. Something might be on the way for later this month. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.